Alright, time to get back on that plane for our second installment of Whiskey World Tour. First stop, Ireland this week.
Welcome back to Everyday Whiskey. I'm Mike.
And I'm Dan.
And on this week, we're doing another Whiskey World Tour.
And another Hollywood Uncorked. Because the first segment didn't do so well, we're going to try it again and incorporate it in a better doing episode.
And we're pulling out the big guns on this one, literally.
And there's
Conor
one
McGregor's.
And there's one secret gun.
Yes, we do have a secret surprise for you guys, as well as another secret surprise on our Instagram Live. You could check that out. It's going to be posted on our Instagram, so just go on there and you'll see the whole live feed. But that's even more special.
We're going to talk about, it's going to be a new segment, it's going to be a new deal. We're going to do it every Tuesday after filming, so we're going to post what time we're going to try and go live, probably prior to that day at some point in a post. So, like our posts, pay attention to what we're posting on Instagram. If you are one of our followers or not, you should probably follow us.
Please do.
So, as Mike said, we're bringing out the big guns this week. We're doing a Hollywood Uncorked and a Whiskey World Tour
crossover episode.
So, we're doing Ireland. So, why would we not do proper 12?
Yep. So, as you were mentioning, for our Hollywood Uncorked, we got Conor McGregor's Proper 12.
Now, have you ever had this?
I actually don't think I have.
I haven't had it. I don't know what it tastes like.
I don't think I have, actually.
I've heard very, very mixed reviews.
Yeah, the same with me, and that's why I haven't bought it. Because, again, I don't really buy into the whole celebrity-endorsed culture that people, people are obsessed with right now. Everyone's like, oh my god, this guy makes this, I gotta drink that. Like, that's not me.
Made $1 billion in makeup.
Yeah, that's just not me. So this never really tickled my fancy from the start. But then on top of that,
it's got some legs now.
Yeah, it was real exclusive. Well, it was supposed to be real exclusive, kind of a one and done type thing, and then.
But the fight did so well, and he got his ass kicked that fight. I think actually,
he did, yeah.
And he actually got blood all over the fucking logo, which is funny. But so it actually has some legs now. It's actually readily available. It's actually not. It's not nipping at the heels of Jameson, but it's definitely a contender at this point.
Yeah.
Call it an underdog, no pun intended.
No.
But we also brought out, since it's a Whiskey World Tour, we wanted to bring out. We did the Jameson to combat.
Yes.
The proper 12. That is straightforward.
You really can't do Ireland without Jameson.
Yeah, and that's also it too. But we also did Dubliner, which is a bourbon cask finished.
Yep.
Irish whiskey. Holy shit, I got the burps. And then one of my personal favorites, not my favorite, as we've established, my favorite Irish whiskey is Dingle Batch number 3, right over here.
Over here.
White box.
Dingle Batch 3. You can never find it anywhere, so good luck.
That's a unicorn bottle. But the West Cork it's the West Cork Glengarriff Series Peat Finish Whiskey.
Yes.
So it's Ireland's attempt, I think it's more than an attempt. It's Ireland's Ireland's virgin whiskey. Ireland's version of a kind of like an Islay style whiskey.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're looking for in your typical Irish whiskey, you want three things. You want notes of biscuit, you want cherry blossom, and you want honey.
Yep.
Those are your three big notes.
Easy.
So let's get into it.
Cool. We'll start with the proper 12.
All right. Time for Connor's.
Now, as Dan was saying earlier, again, I've had very mixed.
Opened it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, dude, I opened it.
Oops.
Now they know you're carrying it.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's
a knife!
I've heard very mixed reviews on this. And when I say very, I'll have one guy come in tell me it's great, and then right behind him, the next guy's like, no, it's complete.
I've never heard of like, oh yeah, it's okay. No, I've either heard like, oh, it's fucking great, or it's like, whatever. It's bottom shelf whiskey. So
yeah, I don't know. I think the people who rave about it are the people who are caught up in the hype of Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
so.
And to me, it's very hard to fake a good Irish whiskey. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I already took it over here now. So
I either get like this really rich cherry, like motherfucker. I either get like this really, really rich like honey cherry note that is really easy to discern, or I get this really bright, shiny metallic taste in the cheaper stuff. So it's for me, it's really hard to fake an Irish whiskey. Mm-hmm. Yes, if you're using very odd cask finish, you can get some different flavors, but I think if you're just doing bourbon cask, which these first three are just bourbon cask finish, or just aged in ex-bourbon cask, I think it really shows you what's good and what's bad. It's easier.
Also, we are not sponsored by Proper 12, Dubliner, West Cork, or Jameson, despite all the
not sponsored by anything featured in this episode.
No.
We found out we have to start doing that.
It smells like nail polish remover.
I get biscuit. Really smell it. You get like bread.
A little bit on the back.
I don't get cherry blossom.
Ooh. No cherry blossom.
Maybe a little raw honey, like raw honey.
I do get I think it's that honey mixing with the
It's coming off
alcohol
as
that's
metallic.
kind of making that nail polish remover type scent. And that's not a diss on it. It's just when you mix sweet with alcohol, it kind of gives that really pungent odor.
All right, now, blanket statement here. I've obviously had Jameson.
As have I.
I don't like Jameson.
Oh.
I have been.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I've been honest and forward about me not liking Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate this. I'm
Really?
honest with you. I actually don't mind it.
I don't like this. It's definitely... Well, see, I haven't had Jameson in a long-ass time, so I don't know.
I really get a lot of honey. I get a lot of honey.
I was just going to say that. The sweetness is there.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's sweet as all hell.
I could see this being overly sweet to the
Yeah.
point where you're not getting enough of that, like not enough whiskey kick.
Yeah, you're not getting anything else.
It might be a little flat, but I think to your uneducated buyer, this chilled down
It's probably
is very good.
Probably a good buy.
Yeah, I think this would taste very good, and I think by itself right now it's not that bad.
I mean, it does get 1 point off the bat for having a cork, so that's a plus. Maker's Mark, we're speaking about you.
Dude, the cask strength was a twist off.
Again, Maker's Mark, we're speaking about you. So yeah, +1 for having a
Twist
cork.
offs, man. I don't like so twist offs like. I don't normally have a grudge with twist offs, but it's normally with brands I know are twist offs.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you have used a cork, just use the cork.
I mean, even Four Roses, not single barrel.
Switch
Four
from a
Roses,
twist off to a
yeah,
cork.
Regular one.
There's
switch.
something as a whiskey drinker when you hear that. I can't do the noise, right?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, but there's something about that noise. Like, the most satisfying. Ready? I'm going to do some little what is that acronym for, like, noises? up close?
ASMR?
ASMR. This is the best sounding cork noise. It's okay, so this is Willet Pot Still 7 Year. The best sounding cork ever.
Represent.
Ready? Do it again.
Shallow, deep, hollow tone.
Yeah, that is the best sounding cork pop ever.
Yeah. No, I like it, and I don't like twisting things.
Alright, you ready? Are you ready for a twist off noise?
Wow, we're lighting you up, Makers. Sorry, buddy.
Hold on, I gotta fucking find the twist off. The wood finish is a cork.
Oh, good. They did that at least.
This is not satisfying. I can't get behind that. Like, I like the whiskey. The whiskey's really good. There's something about a cork that is just satisfying to pop.
This is, I don't know. I don't like it. That's all. I know. It's not bad. As an Irish whiskey, it's good. I just don't like it. It's not my. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
So now let's do this. Obviously what we've tasted here. Let's try the Jameson, which obviously the Jameson is what this company is probably aiming at trying to get.
I think so. I mean, they're a similar price point too, right? This is what, 25, 30?
20. So that's 30 on the shelf. This is 30 on the shelf. They're both 30.
The town's burning down apparently.
What the hell kind of cork you got going here, dude?
Dude, I don't know. It's a fucking wine stopper. It ain't even a cork.
Another one. Kind of satisfying.
I don't know where the top went to that. I didn't even buy the bottle.
What the hell?
I think part of the cork is stuck in the bottle. It's the opposite of a speed pour, dude. You got half the cork is still in here.
What the hell does that even do?
I don't know. The rubber gasket got
Stuck?
All right. So whoever makes these cork stops, your gaskets work.
Very well. Good luck with that.
I'm afraid to push it in. We're bringing out the knife again because I won't be able to transport this home. What the fuck? All right. So, oh shit. So what we've learned here today is do not use a wine stopper as a cork. Wine stoppers are meant for wine bottles, apparently not liquor bottles. I don't know why that would matter, but it does apparently. What the hell? I just had it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right, we're out. Whew! Minor technical difficulties.
Things I never thought I'd have to do on this show is pry a cork thingy.
Do you want me to just give you like a normal cork?
Yeah, if you have one, because
that's like completely. I feel like that's a lot.
We'll just do that. Now.
That's effective, but
I don't think anyone.
All right, so remember the nose. This one's more bread.
Yeah, there's
way
a lot more bread.
So proper 12, a lot of honey.
Oh, there's
Jameson.
an open cut. Ow.
This one, dude. This is like fresh break. This is like, dude. I can't talk today. Fresh break bread.
I can't open bottles. So.
All right, fresh baked bread. Like sourdough bread.
It ain't that bad. I like it.
It's the better whiskey.
It's definitely.
It's just
more
the better whiskey.
I'd say it's more well-rounded. You get a little bit of everything.
So the whole point of doing the Hollywood Uncorked is because I kind of knew how this was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So these two whiskeys are absolutely amazing. The back
Yeah.
end. So there's no way these two whiskeys here are going to beat these in my mind.
No.
Does proper 12 stack up against Jameson?
Oh shit! I had a new glass to use for
Yeah,
that.
whatever. I'll grab these for these two because
Yeah,
that's the peated. The peated we have to have two separate ones.
Good idea.
So does proper 12 stack up against Jameson? I think it's close.
You know, I'd say it is. It's very close. However, if you're looking for a more traditional Irish whiskey, just stick with Jameson. If you like something a little bit sweeter, a little bit more honey note,
Especially chilled down on ice, I think that would go down like
the
water.
proper 12 is probably the way to go. For me, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of either. Really, the only time I drink Jameson is when I'm being force-fed shots at the bar at the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the only time I really drink Jameson either. Yeah, so I would say
it's kind of it. Yeah,
if it's got pickle juice after it, I'd probably drink Jameson.
Yeah.
No, and ever since I've really gotten more into whiskey over the past 5 years, Jameson has definitely, you can kind of tell that it's got some more elegant stuff going on in it.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely really get the bread, and you get the cherry, and you get the honey, and it hits all the marks as far as Irish whiskey goes. I think proper 12 goes too far on the honey side of things, and may kind of cancel out some buyers that don't like a sweeter whiskey, because it is a sweeter whiskey. So I think our final verdict would be Jameson still is the better whiskey.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay.
And they also have this is just the regular Jameson. They have a lot more. They got the Black Label or the Black Barrel.
So there's Black Barrel, there's Cask Mix IPA, Cask Mix Stout.
Yeah, all the Cask Mates versions. They have some other higher end stuff, and then they have this.
And they have this. So this is like.
This is the coup de grace.
So basically, I don't like Irish whiskey that much, but I like select bottles.
You're in the shot. You're good.
I'm in the shot?
Yeah, you're good.
So I figured if I'm going to buy a bottle of Jameson, I'm going to buy the bottle of Jameson.
Yeah.
So this is the 18-year Bow Street. There's a regular 18-year Jameson. That is 40 proof, 80% alcohol.
Yep.
Very good.
80 proof, 40% alcohol.
80, yeah, did I flip that?
Yes, you flipped that.
Okay, flip that. Yeah, 80 proof, 40% alcohol. This is the Bow Street. So this is their cask strength edition. This is 55.5% alcohol, 101 proof.
Mm-hmm.
So, packaging obviously is bar none.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Bottle, here's the bottle if you want to take it. Look at that. You know, obviously it says Bow Street on it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously at the end, at the bottom of every box, they're going to have a Jameson coin for you as well.
No monetary value.
No monetary value. Maybe you can bring back the distillery, you never know.
Maybe you can actually.
But all this stuff is real copper, coins copper, plates copper.
Yeah.
Probably one of the better packaging, packaged bottles I've actually bought.
It's a solid box.
This is like
and it's
that's
got
solid.
the engravings of Bow Street and everything.
Yeah, so here's the whole town.
It's cool.
And it's a good bottle. It's a good bottle of Irish whiskey. It's a really, you get toffee, you get leather, you get cherry. It's a very elegant, very well-defined, complex whiskey for Irish. Yeah. Even though Irish tends to be a little lighter in color. I do not want to go into tasting it this time. I feel like that's a separate episode, but I do want to show you what Jameson can do with their whiskey.
And they do it very well.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They're one of the biggest distilleries in the world.
All right. Next up, we got the Dubliner.
This is one of your favorites.
So this is one of my favorites. This is not... I'm not going to say where I got it from because I can't say that. There's a lot of reasons why I like this one. But the Dubliner is really good. Irish whiskey. This is a bourbon cask aged. So most Irish whiskeys are bourbon cask aged, but They make it nice and bold.
You get some different ones.
They put it right there on the label for you, clear as day.
And Irish has the most play in cask finish.
It really does.
And actually, no, sorry, not finish. Has the most play in cask, period, because they are not tied into any rules.
No.
You don't have to start in a bourbon barrel. You don't have to finish in a bourbon barrel. You can actually age your whiskey in whatever cask you want.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to be some form of wood.
Yeah. Yep. Correct.
That's really it.
Super light. I mean, there's really very light in color. Straw, actually. This is like the epitome of straw colored.
It's about the lightest we're gonna get.
Yeah,
right now.
This is the lightest we are gonna get. It's just a well-rounded Irish whiskey.
Most bread on all three.
Yep.
Most bread smells like sourdough bread.
Oh wow, that's a good observation. I never thought to use sourdough as a description.
But then you get
like
you can get like Irish whiskeys like Happany, where they use 4 casks. 4 casks for one whiskey. It's like a pipe malt, a sherry butt, bourbon cask, and a grain cask.
Right.
So, but like that's what I'm saying. Like Irish has the most variability in flavor because they have the most variability in cask usage. They use Mizunara, they use cherry blossom, they use walnut, they use ex-bourbon cask, they use sherry, they use port, they use pipe malt, they use grain. There's a million different casks you can use, and they all change your whiskey over years and evolve it in different ways. And somehow Irish, they always dial in this color.
Yeah.
That I love. Even the 18 years is a little darker, but it's still lighter.
Yep. So right off the bat, you get those notes of the biscuit, the bread, but then it quickly turns to honey on the back end.
But it's a good honey. It's a well-balanced honey. It's
not super sweet like the proper 12. It's a much more subtle, more of a natural honey, not any of that sugar.
It's like raw honey with a little bit of bread.
Yeah.
It's like if you coated your toast with bread.
Yep. Take a biscuit.
If you coated your toast with bread. It's like if you get bready toast.
Take a biscuit, put some raw honey, like real natural raw honey on it, and that's pretty much what you get. This just hits all the marks. It's a phenomenal Irish whiskey. They actually make another variant, and
The Dead Rabbit?
No, Dead Rabbit's a completely separate.
Different distillery?
Yeah, completely separate distillery. The other variant of this is their honey whiskey, which is actually a honey liqueur, and that is even more honey forward. That one's real good, but it's technically a liqueur.
I love the nose on this. Like as far as like classic Irish goes, it's a good nose.
Yeah.
Okay. The first 3 are very traditional Irish whiskeys that we showed you. Just like they're very good representations of that cherry biscuit and honey flavor. Cherry is like the hardest one for me to pick out. Cherry is more so nose for me, and maybe back end palate as far as sugar, like residual sugar. The mid palate taste though is always honey for me on these. It's syrupy.
Yep, and that's kind of what this one is. It's got a little bit of a syrupy mouth feel, but not a lot. It coats your mouth. It does what a whiskey or a bourbon should do. It coats your mouth. It's delicious. I love it.
Yep,
it's definitely my favorite.
That'd be one of my go-tos for sure.
Yeah, and it's reasonably priced. I think it's also about 30.
You know the pricing, I don't know.
Yeah, it's about like 35 on the shelf, I believe.
All right, and that's a $35 bottle.
It's not expensive at all. It's pretty mainstream. My company deals with this brand. That's why I don't want to really reveal any names of how I got it. But I'm not biased because my company supplies it. It truly is a great whiskey because he even.
I have no bias for any whiskeys. I try to try things with an open mind, regardless of brand name or supplier, creator, whatever. So like I said, good whiskey's good whiskey. At the end of the day, that's really what this comes down to, and that's why the proper 12. That's why we kind of rated that. We rated that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have a cool distillery, and we've done an episode on this.
We've had this bottle on here. Yeah.
Plug it here.
Yep, right up there.
Right up there. So this is going to be West Cork Glengarriff Series peated. So when we say peated, 9 out of 10 people will say Scotch.
Yes.
So peated is just a way of making whiskey, regardless of like geography. Or terra, whatever you want to call it. And it's peated usually is associated with a smoky campfire, almost medicinal flavor. So that's what West Cork tried doing on this guy. Succeeded actually.
Gotta go light on their pores for our
Yeah.
Instagram live video.
Yeah, no, it's not going to make it to the live video.
Yeah.
And this one is like straight up barbecue.
Yeah.
Like barbecue,
That's actually the
bacon.
best way to describe it.
Like think about like if you have like barbecue chicken on your grill and then you like open up the freaking hatch.
Yeah.
That's what this smells like. It is just like savory, like a big, like a
smoke bomb.
It's a smoke bomb.
I mean, as much of a smoke bomb as Irish whiskey can be.
And Irish whiskey is very light, so it takes on the characteristics of the cask you're using and/or the wood you're using. And the Glengarriff, it's a bog. These are peat bogs.
So, to me, the West Cork tastes like if you were to take this Dubliner and throw it in a smoker for like a little bit and then take it.
Because it's still sweet.
Like, it is. There's still a lot of sweetness.
There's
and that's
still
where,
sweet.
That's where it differs from a very
Scotch.
peaty Scotch.
Yeah.
Because you get all that residual sweetness that you would from a normal Irish whiskey, but then you get hit with that smoky note, and that smoke lingers a little bit.
Yeah, and this is a big lingering finished
good.
whiskey, and like they make West Cork, they make a bog oak, they make the peated char, they have a port cask, they have a sherry finish.
You get a lot.
They specialize in like cask finish as opposed to like so most Irish whiskeys they can just do a regular peat charred cask the entire duration, but they don't do that. They finish it in these casks. So they kind of take a Scotch approach to it.
Yep.
Which is very cool, and that's why you kind of get these subtle Scotch like nuances to it.
Mm-hmm.
But this bottle is showcased to show you the variety of Irish whiskey that you can actually get.
Yeah.
Because you can like there's other distilleries that do this, like Connemara does this with their peated finish. A lot of Irish single malts can do this. So when you think Jameson is Irish whiskey, don't think that.
Mm-hmm.
That is the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it really is the tip. There's a lot more out there. One of the better ones you could get, Redbreast, but that comes with a price tag.
And so there's Redbreast, which we have right here. It's right back here. Like I said, we try to mention whiskeys that we've had. I don't try to use whiskeys that we don't have a frame of reference on because that's bullshit.
It is. No, I agree.
But Redbreast, they have a cask strength,
Mm-hmm.
which is bar none the best thing they make.
Yeah.
It's.
I haven't had that one yet.
I had it as a sampling. I don't own the bottle. They're hard to find, but like Redbreast cask strength is another good one. Like cask strength Irish whiskey is amazing. Like that.
Yeah.
Because you get like a lot of like leather and you get toffee, which is like odd notes for.
It
Irish
sounds
whiskey.
odd, but trust me, those are good notes to have.
Yeah, they're big body notes.
Yeah.
Like toffee, you get in big bourbon sometimes. So like if you are getting toffee out of Irish whiskey, it means it's got a body too. It's got some ass behind it.
Yeah. I love that smell.
But so
Delicious.
Irish whiskey world tour. I think that's gonna wrap it up.
That's a wrap. I'll take it. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, everybody.